Morning, you guys. I thought I would come and show you some of the things I've bought lately. I've bought a lot of hair care. In fact, this isn't even all of it. There's a lot here, but there is a couple of items in my empties and fails because they were just immediately like, no, this is a fail. There's a bunch of makeup here, and then I've just got one nail item and 1/2 skincare items to talk about. So let me just quickly show you the nail item. It's this, because this was the nail polish I was wearing in the last video and a couple of you commented on it. It's really pretty. Looks like that. So it's by Bluesky. I use gel nail polishes and I use either Bluesky, Madame Glam, Neo Nails, and I've got a few gelées ones still, and I've bought another one actually. But they're not easily, you can't easily purchase them, but I do like the Bluesky ones, and this one is called Fruit Twist, I think. Yeah, Fruit Twist. The one I've gotten today is an OPI one actually, and I think it's called Bubble Bath, but I haven't quite finished this. I need to do the French manicure part of this, and I've just not had a chance to do it yet. So I just put a top coat on and was like, that's gonna have to do because I've got a busy day today. So that's the nail polish. Then I bought this, I mentioned this to you, I bought the Mighty Melt Geek and Gorgeous Mighty Melt Cleansing Balm. Looks like that. I've used it a couple of times and it makes my eyes blurry, or kind of blurry and stingy. So it's fine for taking off face makeup. But if I buy something like this, a cleansing balm like this, I want to be able to use it actually mostly to take off my eye makeup. So if it makes my eyes stingy or blurry, it's kind of a no for me. So I will use this to take my face makeup off, but it's kind of a fail. Okay. Oh, there's one other skincare item that I don't have yet, but I'm very excited about. Can't believe I didn't even know this. I suppose because I just don't watch YouTube anymore. One of you guys told me about it. The Ordinary have a retinal, I think it's a retinaldehyde out, and I've ordered that and I can't wait for that to arrive. That's arriving today and I will start using it and do a review of that. Okay, so let's start with makeup. And you may remember I said I fancied a new foundation, so this is what I bought. I got a couple of recommendations and I saw a couple on, I think I saw them on TikTok originally. And so I bought those. The first one is, this isn't even a foundation actually, it's the Purito Healthy Looking Glow BB Cream. Seeker Clearing BB Cream. This is really, really nice. This is a lovely thing to wear every day, I think. I got mine from Amazon. I've got quite a few of these things from Amazon, and there isn't many colours in this, that's the only thing, but this colour is perfect for me. That's it there, and it is called, I don't think it's going to tell me on here, is it? Oh no, here we go, Neutral Ivory, number 13, but like I said, there's not many colours. So this I would say is the medium coverage, but it is more than I would expect for a BB cream, and it feels really nice on the skin. It's really nice and lightweight, and like I said, lovely for a kind of everyday usage. You can see I've used a fair amount of that. Then this one is by HNB Cosmetics, who I'd never heard of, but I think they do this one in Boots. I can't remember where I got mine from. I'll link all of the ones I'm talking about if I recommend them though. And this is, I think it's called Silky Matte. But anyway, this is lovely. This is great if you are looking for a full coverage foundation that is kind of flawless. The only thing I would say is this is a nightmare. This, you have to press really hard, and sometimes you press and it sort of flies out, which is not good. If, like me, you're doing your makeup in a public area. I'm doing it in my living room. But you can see that is really, really full coverage. This colour is, I think it's MF3C I got. But every time I use this and look at my makeup, I think, wow, that looks flawless. That's actually what I've got on today. This is the one I've got on today. And I just think it looks really, yeah, it makes your skin look really flawless, and it lasts all day. You know, when I'm looking at my skin and thinking, wow, my foundation still looks flawless, it's later on in the day, so it's a really good lasting one. Because I've got so many, I haven't tried these all to the max, if you like. I've tried them all a few times. Then this one you've heard me talk about, and I've actually had this on in the last 2 or 3 videos at least. It's the Rare Beauty, I don't know what type it's called, but it's one with a doe foot. This is, I think, 170W. Yeah, 170W. And they look a little bit dark on my hand, but on my face they work out fine. This I love because it's really, really thin, and so it feels lightweight, but you can get a pretty good full coverage from it, and I love that. It reminds me of, do you remember years ago I used to use the YSL ink, I think it was called, something ink. Fluid Ink or something like that foundation, and I loved it. And it's like that because it, like I said, it's very, very thin. It's not a thick feeling foundation. If you're somebody that doesn't like the feeling of thickness on your face, you just want something lightweight, then both of these are really good, but this is a bit full of coverage. This is obviously only a BB cream. It is expensive. And the only thing is I don't know how long this will last. I haven't looked how much is in there, but you know, with using the doe foot, I don't know. I've just got a feeling that this won't last very long, that it'll be hard to get everything else out of it, and I'll need to sort of, you know, throw it out. But I like the fact that it's got a doe foot applicator. That easily blends in with a brush as well, which I don't find all foundations work well with a brush. I've tried this one and it's not great with a brush. This is best with a beauty blender, but this one does work well with a brush. Then I've got this Fenty Beauty. This is a stick foundation. I've literally only just bought this, and I bought it in number 2. So this one's a bit lighter, but it's a really nice colour for me. And I was tempted. This one was recommended by a friend, and I was tempted, but I was like, you know what, it's going to be expensive. I know it's going to be expensive, and stick foundations tend to just not last very long. Now, I'm saying that, and the only real experience I've got is with the Hourglass stick foundations. I loved those. And I remember I bought at least 2, possibly even 3 of the Hourglass ones. And what happened was they dried out. You know, I went to use them once and they were dried out. And that meant that was kind of dragging on my skin. So that had kind of put me off. Anyway, like I said, this came highly recommended. So I thought I would give it a try. Last time I was in town, I bought it. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's just so quick and easy to put it on like that, and it's really, really soft and smooth. You know, you put it on and you're like, oh wow, that's really nice. It's not dragging your skin at all. This I would say is more of a medium coverage, but that's it. That's all you get in it, because I've only used this a couple of times. I think I've used it 3 times, so it's not going to last very long. Although, I mean, it doesn't feel like it's going down, but yeah, there's not very much in it at all. So I love it, but whether I'll repurchase it or not, I don't know. But it's really nice. It's a nice little luxury item. And then the final one I bought is by Vitamin Babe, and this is called Skin Loving Foundation. This one is 10C. It's a bit darker. So I've been wearing this one just on the first day that I've done my tan, so I don't have as much experience. You can see that's quite dark for me. But this is also really nice, and a surprise. It's again a company that I've not heard of. It's not Vitamin Babe, it's the Beauty Crop. I think that little square at the top says Beauty Crop, and I haven't tried anything from them, but it's really nice. These are all, I think, all matte foundations. That's what I like, you know, matte but not sort of chalky looking, and so they all look fairly natural. This one I would say is medium, again, medium to full coverage. I actually really like this little, you just twist it to use it. And then twist it closed. I like that. You can use it on, you know, put as much or little as you want onto your beauty blender or brush, etc. Yeah, they're all wins, I have to say. Normally, you have to go through a few to find a nice foundation, which is maybe why I bought so many, you know, because you think it's hard to find one you like, but I like all of them for different reasons. I bought a couple of face powders. Apologies if you've seen these, I couldn't remember. I was just looking through all my things and thinking, I don't think I've showed them that. So apologies if you have seen it, but I bought this Laura Mercier powder. This is called Real Flawless Luminous Perfecting Pressed Powder. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It's a bit chunky, the packaging, which Laura Mercier is, to be honest. And I don't need a mirror in my powder, but that's just a personal choice, isn't it? I don't find this very luminous. It's probably going to look weird. It's only very slightly luminous, and oh, look, I do need the mirror apparently. It's only very slightly luminous, and that's what I like about it. I don't want a really luminous powder. I don't want to look oily, and this is just really, really pretty. You know, you can see it's just gives a little bit of light, and I rarely use this actually because it is another one that's expensive, and so I feel like, oh, I don't want to just use that every day, you know, but it's really lovely. I really enjoyed that one. And then another face powder, another pressed powder that I love. This is by Vieve, Jamie Genevieve. I think I've told you before, I met Jamie a couple of times actually. We used to chat. I used to go to her counter in Ilamasca, and I remember talking to her before she was on YouTube, and she was talking about starting up an Instagram, and she was saying, I remember she said, have you got any tips? I'm really nervous. And I mean, look at her now. But anyway, this is called the Modern Powder Perfector, and I got it in medium. It is just so silky soft, and it's one of those that goes on and your skin just looks really perfected. I've always loved a pressed powder, and I love that. And you can see that I've used it, but again, I'm like, oh, it's expensive. I don't want to use it too much. When I started seeing that I was getting to the bottom, I was like, oh, because it's just too expensive to use every single day because it's something that I use up quite quickly, but I love that as well. I don't know whether I showed you this. I bought the Kylie Cosmetics eyeshadow palette, the matte one. This is called, does it say? No, it doesn't say what it's called, but it's the matte eyeshadow palette. And it is really nice, but I haven't experimented with it enough to say, I don't even know if I'm going to keep this one. You know, I really need to get it out, use it and decide. But I think I bought quite a few matte palettes at the same time, and I put this one in the drawer and just kind of forgot about it. So I do need to use it. I think the problem is there's too many dark colours. I really, really would like to see a matte eyeshadow palette that's got lighter colours in it, and that there's not, you know, there's only a few here, light colours. I mean, they look light, some of them, and then when you actually swatch them, they're really dark. And this is a really quite a warm palette as well, isn't it? Apart from those couple of colours there. But it's a really nice quality shadow. It's a nice little palette. It doesn't feel that expensive, I have to say, because it's not cheap. But yeah, I need to use that a bit more. Then I got two blushes. I actually got these from Kev for my birthday. One is Nudestix. No, actually, I bought this one and then I got this one for my birthday because I was like, oh, I quite like that. And this one seems quite similar. This is Iconic London, and this one is called Fearless Flush. I've got this one on today. I really like this. It's called a sheer blush, but there's nothing sheer about this. You need the tiniest amount. And I mean, this is quite a strong colour, to be fair, but you just need the tiniest amount, and it looks really, really lovely. What I realised was with both of these liquid blushes is I was putting them on before I put my powder on. So I'd put my foundation on, put my liquid bronzer on, and then I would put my liquid blush on and my powder on top. And I didn't like it like that. And then I realised that you can actually put it on top of, let me get this right, on top of my powder. Yeah, like kind of my finished look. I can use this on top of it, and this one. And it looks really nice. So this one is, like I said, what I've got on today, and it's a stronger colour. This one is the Nudestix Nude Screen Blush Tint SPF 30. Don't need an SPF in my blush, thank you. That's a bit weird, but that's that colour. And this one is called Pink Sunrise. This one is a bit more subtle. It's not quite as, I mean, it is pigmented, and again, you only need a little bit, but it's not quite as pigmented as that, which, like I said, is ironic because this one is called Sheer Blush. But again, really, really nice, and really nice. It is the last thing I do, I think. Yeah, pretty much. The last thing I do is either line, you know, my waterline and then put my blush on, or I'll do my blush and line my waterline. One of those two things. And I'm really enjoying both of those. I've been wearing both of these and nothing else for the last 2 or 3 weeks. Okay, hair care. There's quite a lot here, and I feel like I'm in a phase where I don't really like my hair, and I need to do something about it. So this is my new shortcut, and I'm sort of experimenting with what tools I want to use with it. This is the Shark. I used with this, the Shark. You know, like the Dyson curler. It's that one where it sucks it to it. So I used that, and I think it's nice enough. I think I prefer it just with a GHD, you know, using my GHD tong, or straight. I need to do it straight next time. I'll use my GHD, that new Duet, you know, and see how I get on with that. But I definitely wanted it shorter. I like it shorter. It just feels so much nicer shorter. When it's longer, it kind of feels like a burden, I have to say. Like even turning over in bed, and I'm like, oh my God, my hair's in the way, and I feel like you need to tie it up so it doesn't get in your way. When I'm putting a coat on, it's like hard to get it out. I just prefer it this length. I think it's much nicer. But colour wise, I have noticed with age how less red my hair is. You know, I mean, the hairdresser said, oh, there is still a red to your hair. I've still got my natural red tones, but I've always loved that I can have my hair at its natural colour. And a lot of you guys often ask me, what colour is that? And I always say, well, it's my natural colour because I don't colour it. But it's just been looking really dull to me lately, and the greys are getting more and more. So I think I'm going to have it highlighted. I've never had hair highlighted in my life. I dyed my hair blonde once, completely blonde. And that's it. I've never done anything in the salon. No, I did once also have a red vegetable dye done. That's it, 2 times in my life. but I'm going to have highlights done, I think. Some sort of coppery highlights, a mixture of copper and red maybe. Anyway, before I sort of decided that, I bought these. These are Super Colour Conditioning Gloss. One is in Glacé Cherry and one is in Copper Crush. So these are that kind of, they're not dyes, they're just, I think they're called colour depositing or something like that. These are sort of conditioners. So I might use this Copper Crush one first and just see if that's enough to give my hair a lift, or if I want to go down the highlighting route. The problem with highlighting is I'm going to have it done so the roots are not too obvious, but it's something that you have to keep up, you know. And I don't know what it does to the condition of your hair, because like I said, I've never had it done. But I don't want to have my hair highlighted all the time, because it's an expensive thing to do. But I do really fancy it. I fancy a little bit more sort of colour and warmth to my hair, you know. Anyway, so I haven't tried these yet. Let me know if anybody's tried them or what you think. They had good reviews. Yeah, we'll see how I get on. Then I got the Philip Kingsley Elasticizer Extreme, because in addition to kind of being bored with my hair being long, and also, you know, the colour changing, the condition of my hair has changed so much. It actually looks better a couple of days after being washed, which is what it is now. It's a couple of days post-wash. But I still have a lot of frizzies, a lot of flyaways and bits sticking up, and I can't seem to get my hair smooth. It's been a lot smoother since I've been to the hairdresser. I think I told you that, and I can't really work out why, because obviously they're cutting from the bottom of your hair and nothing was cut up here, and this is sort of the area where the flyaways are. So you'll see here, there's a lot of things I've been buying to try and get a smoothing effect, and I don't mind how many products I use on my hair nowadays. And I feel that my hair gets to a stage of being dry, and actually that's maybe why it's looking better. It's not just about it being cut. I think because I did my Olaplex before I went to the hairdressers, you know, and I've been putting a lot of masks on and things. In fact, this is one of them. So I bought this. This is the Morrocan Oil Intense Hydrating Mask. Love this. Love this for the smell. I love everything about the Morrocan Oil hair care, I have to say. Oh, it smells amazing. But yeah, I've used this twice, and it really does seem to help. It's definitely one that makes your hair much softer and just feel a little bit healthier. And then this is one that I just, I used this. Do you remember I did a video on my menopausal hair? The first time I was really experiencing my hair being dry, and I just couldn't get it how I wanted it. And actually recently I did another a post on Instagram, and I was saying that it was the first time that I had blow dried my hair and it felt like I had a little bit of volume. And I put in it all of the products I used. One of them is here. I can't remember what shampoo and conditioner I used, but this is something that I used and have used every time I've had an issue with my hair feeling dry, out of condition. I'll use this and or my Olaplex 3 it is, isn't it? And it's worth it. And so I just bought another one of these. I haven't used it yet, but this is next on my list to use. So love both of those. And then all of the next products, everything else, I'm going to try and put them in brown, because I've got a lot of GHD here actually. Oh, that's the only kind of one brand I've got, yeah. A lot of these I had to try and solve this smoothing, non-smooth situation, frizzy situation, and also trying to find products that will help my curl stay in when I do curl my hair. The first thing I bought was the Paul Mitchell Soft Style Fast Form, Faster Styling. I'm not actually sure what this is supposed to do, but it's one that I found on Amazon, and a lot of people were saying that they had used it with styling tools and that it helped their style last longer. And it's just a lotion. I haven't found it does anything, to be honest, but I like Paul Mitchell as a brand. And like I said, I'm just trying anything. And it kind of reminded me of the PhD 5-in-1 styling cream that I used to use. And I thought, well, I wonder if it's anything like that. I've only tried it once and I don't remember being wowed by it, but I really need, I've got so many products. I need to just like put a ban on myself from buying hair products and just go through stuff and go, does this work or doesn't it, you know? Which I actually did for one of these that I was surprised at, but I'm not sure. So I need to use that a couple more times. The one that I was talking about does work. And I kind of wasn't hoping it didn't work, because then that what's the point of buying it? But well, I suppose I didn't know it was going to smell like this. I don't like the smell of this. It smells like essential oils, but it's that kind of old style essential oils, you know, where there's a mix and it just smells a bit old lady. I don't like the smell at all. And so I'd used it once and thought, well, I think that was, you know, gave me quite a lot of volume. In fact, this was the one I used in my blow dry. In the picture I put on Instagram recently, I'd used this. This is what gave me the volume, I'm pretty sure, because the products I used on my hair to wash and condition it, I'm using a lot of products that weigh my hair down a little bit, you know. But I sprayed this all over. Don't like the smell, but it does work for volume. Now, I can't say that the volume lasted for days. I would say it probably lasted 24 hours. Maybe it didn't like disappear in a couple of hours or anything. It was still had a bit of volume the following day, but it doesn't last too long. But this is really good. If you want some good volume in your hair, this is a great blow dry spray. And it didn't make my hair feel dry at all, or, you know, or too much product in it. In fact, it didn't feel like it had any product in it. It just felt really healthy. So I do like that. And I'm going to put up with the smell because it is pretty good. Another volumizing product I tried is the Tresemme Heat Defense for, oh, it says for fine hair. I didn't know it said for fine hair. Anyway, volumizing balm. I liked the idea that this was a heat defense and volumizing. I used that for this blow dry and I don't feel like I've got any volumizing at all, or barely any volume, but I haven't got fine hair. What I would say is, I don't know about the heat defense. It's really hard, isn't it, to know about heat defense. I saw a comment the other day as well that said heat defense is a fake notion. Basically, it was saying that there is no such thing as heat defense, and I don't quite believe that. I do think there is a point of heat defense, but I don't think there's a way you can judge it really. But my hair feels quite smooth is what I was going to say. And I think I used this and one other product I'm just going to talk about here. It could be that other product. It could definitely be that other product. I don't think I'm going to keep this. I think I'm going to use it one more time and use a bit more product. You know, like load my hair up and see how I get on. But I'm not hopeful. Then I got, this is the Colour Wow Money Mist. This is the detangler, and that's how it got me. That's how the advertising got me, because I saw it, I think, on TikTok. And I've used the Money Mask, which I thought was good, but not brilliant, not one that was worth all the money. You know, it smelled amazing. It felt lovely when you put it in your hair. It was a bit of a weird feeling, I remember. And my hair felt quite nice, but it wasn't amazing. But I do like Colour Wow as a brand, and there's a few things that I love from them. Like the Frizz-Ease spray I use. It's not called Frizz-Ease, but it's a anti-frizz spray, and it's pretty good. So I thought I would try this because I do have a problem with tangling, and I used it and it's nice, but I need to use this more again. I think I used it and my hair felt kind of yucky after a couple of days. It was one of those products where my hair felt lovely when I blow dried it, but I quickly felt like I needed to wash my hair. And I'm not sure if it was this or something else I used, you know, so like I said, I need to use that concentrated. I do like that it's a mist though. It does come out as a mist. This is a sort of on-off button at the top. It does come out as a mist, which is really nice and really unusual. I wish I could find that in an oil spray, you know, for the cooking thing. I've bought a lot of, for the cooking thing, for cooking. I've bought a lot of bottles like this, and as soon as you put the oil in it, it just comes out in one spray and it doesn't stay as a mist. And I can't find any spray oil. I used to buy the Bertolli one, but it doesn't seem to be available anymore. Colour Wow again, and this is the Pop and Lock High Gloss Finish. You can see how much I've used because that started at the bottom and it's gone up there. I really like this. It's almost like a little bit of a wax. Can you see? But it's a nice thin wax. So I do that and then just smooth my hair down. Now, when I saw this advertised, it's another one where I was taken in by the adverts for it, because Colour Wow pretty heavy duty advertising, don't they? Everywhere. But this really does smooth everything down. But on the advert, it was showing that it lasted all day. It doesn't, or not on me anyway. It lasts a few hours and then I would probably have to use it again. But I don't mind that because there's a lot of things I'm using and they don't have any effect at all. You know, smoothing creams where like 5 minutes later, my flyaways are sticking up again. And this does seem to last at least a couple of hours. So I'm enjoying this. Everything else is GHD. the last 4 items. One of them is uber expensive, but it does really work. This one I've not tried at all. This is Dramatic Ending Smooth and Finish Serum. Yeah, I haven't tried this at all, not even once, so I need to use that. This is the Curly Ever After Curl Hold Spray. Like I said, I'm always trying to find something to hold my curls. This is good that it's a non-aerosol, you know, it's another one that's like a mist. So I liked that. Love the smell, smells really, really luxurious. Literally does nothing. Like I used this with my GHD tongs and I might as well have used nothing. It just did not help my curls to stay at all. So that is not good. I don't know why I've kept it on the shelf. I guess because these things are expensive and you think perhaps it was what I washed my hair with. Let me try it one more time. You know, I feel like you need to use it more than once to decide 100% that it was rubbish. And this is another one. This is the Perfect Ending Final Fix Hairspray. And thankfully I only got a small one because I don't have a favourite hairspray, but this feels like nothing. There's a bit of a feeling of hairspray there, but I just don't feel like it does anything. You know, like I'm trying to... It does look like it's doing something, doesn't it? So maybe I misjudged it, but I've used it a few times as a final fix, as it says, and thought, no, that's not doing anything. Yeah, it feels a little bit hairspray, but it's just like I said, it doesn't feel like it's doing much, and then in a few minutes it's sort of flat again. So don't love that, but we'll try it again. Ow, my earrings gone funny. Final product to talk about is another GHD one. I've never been a big fan of GHD products. I've tried a couple of things in the past and wasn't a fan, and then I noticed they've got this whole new packaging and these new products to go with their new duet, and I loved the duet, so I bought this which goes with it. It's called Sleek Talker Wet to Sleek Styling Oil, and I love it. God damn it, I love it, and it's uber expensive. I think it's normally £35, but I have seen it on sale for £28 a few times, so hopefully you can find it on sale. And it's a fair size bottle. This is a, you know, it's not just a little 50ml bottle. This is 95 mils, so which is, what is that an ounce? It's 3.2 fluid ounces. This is just a serum, and the idea is you use this with the GHD duet. You put this on your hair and then you use it from wet to dry. But I've used this with the duet. I've used it on my wet hair and then just blow dried it and curled it. I've used it on my hair this time, like I said, just using, so I just put it on my damp hair, put some of this on it, and I used that volume spray that I told you about. And then I just used my Shark to dry it, and it's pretty frizz free, and I feel like it's this. Out of everything that I've tried for frizz, this I would say, this is great for smoothing down if you have got frizz, but this is great for your blow dry not being as frizzy, if that makes sense, because that's when I noticed it the most, when after I've blow dried my hair. A couple of days after I've washed my hair, it's not so bad. Even the day after, it's not so bad. But this has really, really helped, I think. And yeah, like I said, I wish it wasn't so expensive, and it smells amazing. Let me smell it. Oh yeah, it smells really, really amazing. Just like a really luxurious hair product, but I would highly recommend that. That's everything for my haul. Like some of these things Kev bought me for my birthday, and some I bought with birthday money, and some I just bought. And I will link everything that I've recommended. If I've said that it's good, I will link it. I'm off to yoga today, and I am not dreading it. I'm nervous. I'm really nervous because I haven't been for 3 weeks because I have an injury, which I'm going to do a video on and talk about over on Life as a Zebra. I've got a hamstring, pulled a hamstring. So today's my first time back, and I'm still in a bit of pain with the hamstring, but I just need to take it really easy. Anyway, let me tell you what I'm wearing makeup wise. I told you what foundation I've got, that HNB foundation. I told you my blush. What's on my eyes? My eyes it's the Melt Cosmetics Brunet palette. And on my lips is my Stila liquid lipstick in Caramello, nothing new there. And that's pretty much it, isn't it? Yeah, that's all there is to tell you. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon.